niche marketplaces. So, and a lot of people by the day are like, reaching out to these market for downloads, because these are not only marketplaces, but they have got analysts who actually screen the applications and rank it, to add value or save time for the end user. So you should use that. We have in fact tied up with a lot of marketplaces to help our developers. So that is and it also helps because Google Play Store policies are very strict, and a lot of our developers come to us and they say their application is banned for the reason that they don't know. So it is always better that you have created an app, you host it at as much as many ad platforms as possible. Now, ways to monetize. So you have created an app, and of course you would have put a lot of time and resources, and you want returns. So what are the ways to monetize? So of course, first one is no-brainer. It's paid downloads, which is very less, which is very non-prevalent when it comes to open source and Android. The second one is paid downloads with non-intrusive ads. Now this one is it's an extremely niche kind of a space that you are able to sell an application, even after running some contextual or very hyper contextual ads. There are very few apps, but that is possible, right? So especially I have mentioned with ads envelope. So I will talk later about what ads envelope is. Then you can have in-app ads. So in-app ads is the most simple or the straightforward way to monetize your free applications. What happens is that you have created an app, it's a .apk file. Okay, ad networks like us, you can approach us or we can approach you. We will share a SDK with you, something called Ad SDK. Okay, and you can just integrate a few lines of code into your APK, and it will enable your application to start getting ads from our servers. And as soon as you start getting the ads on your application, you start monetizing at that very moment. Then you have freemium model. You create a great application, you put in good investment in it as well, but you have one ad supported model wherein the user has to see certain number of ads to make money for you, or the user can also pay and have an ad-free application. That is called freemium model. Then you can have in-app purchases. Now, guys, in-app purchases is becoming a very popular model for developers. Here, what you can do is you must have seen top applications like Angry Birds and Temple Run. So these applications use in-app purchases. So how that works is that in your application you offer it free of cost for download. People can play it. They can get addicted to the game. But then after a certain point of time inside the game, they would need to buy power or buy some health, buy some some sort of some bonus points, these kind of stuff to really go to the next level. Okay, and this model is actually working a lot in the West, in the European countries, and it is kind of picking up in India. But for developers, it's a win-win scenario. In fact, there are a few more models which are I would just like to give a slight hint of, you can also sponsor your app. You can create an app and just show the logo of a top company, or maybe MNC, or maybe a local company, which agrees to actually sponsor the app. Suppose you are creating an app which deals with hotels or restaurants, just like Zomato. So how many people here know about Zomato? So just to a lot of people know about it. Zomato is it's a very good case study, an application about ranking restaurants. So I think last week it raised around 200 crore rupees, around $37 million from venture capitalists and all. So it only goes on to show how big a simple app can become. Now coming back to the focus. So if you have created an app on hotels, but it is not directly promoting a certain hotel like a Taj or a Leela, But still you can go to these people and say that, see, I'm creating an application for hotel, which will talk about, what are the features you should look for in a 5-star hotel when you are going to check in. So say that I'm not going to directly promote you, but I can host your logo. I can say sponsored by Taj Group or Lira Group, and they would agree with it readily, and you'll make money through that. That is called a sponsorship model. Then there is another model called affiliate model, in which what happens is you go to the advertisers directly and tell them that, like, I'm creating an app, I don't want any money, that you need to pay to me, as long as you get some revenue through my app, right? You have to put some codes into your app, and the customers or the end consumers will click on the ads that you are hosting for the advertiser. Through that you will be getting commission. That is called affiliate ads. Now guys, why I didn't cover it is because they are very complex to use sometimes, and I know that developers cannot do this running around and all. That's why people like ad networks like us are there to do all this running around to the advertisers for you.